speaking of portal doors, you said in heaven there's doors that you walk through and then suddenly you're in another place. Kat, is there a time in the future where there's a reality on earth, or are there seers that kind of do that now on earth, where they walk through a place and suddenly they're in Singapore, or suddenly they're in, whatever, Timbuktu? Have you heard about that kind of thing?
I have heard about it. Actually, it's been several years since I heard the people. Now, and there's a lot into saying that whole thing, and I always take time to explain. I'm not saying every single person would be able to do that. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm saying some of them didn't even know how it happened. I
Yeah,
know how that happens in the spirit, but I'm not saying every person who God just inspires you and he'll say, step in there, and they'll open a door and step in and they won't be in that same room. They'll be somewhere else. Sometimes it'll be just that simple. I do know there are people that understand about going in and out of the spirit realm, but you have to be very careful. I'm not saying that out of fear. I'm saying that out of wisdom, and let the Holy Spirit guide you and all that. There's some people who think, well, we can all do this, and then they forget who Jesus Christ is. They forget he's a part of this. And now we have to say it will happen more and more. But
yeah.
yes, that does. That's how people travel in heaven. A lot of them will step into a door or into beams of light, and they will take them to a whole different place in heaven. There absolutely is going to be new ways to travel. Like trains will run on beams of light, not on rails on the ground. That is absolutely going to happen on the
That's
earth.
here on earth, and you're saying that's here
Yeah,
on
that's
earth.
here
Yeah,
on earth. That will happen here. They'll have
very
ways to
cool.
like whole highways that will be from I don't understand because I had a 12th grade education. Sorry to disappoint you people. I've graduated from the college in heaven, but not on the earth. Okay, and it's okay to pursue a higher education. Just don't let that place tell you there is no God. Just be
Yeah.
very careful where you go. But I can tell you, yes, I was shown things that would literally be created on the earth. And I do know this, and will still say it: 5 major diseases, including cancer, will no longer exist on this earth, and
Wow.
that will not be very far down the road. It may not, I'm not saying it'll be 10, 20 years down the road at all. I think those are going to happen probably within the next several years, maybe between 5 and 10 years. These 5 major diseases won't be on the earth. That alone will change people's lives. New ways to transport that won't cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Energy coming down from up in space, captured and brought to this earth,
Wow.
will not be very far down the road that happens. And it may not be in somebody's lifetime, but I saw a lot of buildings and things that remain the same. I saw a lot of things that were different. I've been taking, 5 years in the future, 15, 30, 50, 100, almost 150 years. And guess what? The tribulation hadn't happened, people. Stop trying to ride out on the rapture rug. The longer you stay, the greater things you will see happen on the earth. If I was somebody, well, I am somebody. I want to be here as long as he has me here, because I can make a difference in the lives of people, and I already know what's coming. And
Yeah.
the medical field will change, educational field will change, the business world will majorly change, and even the Christian world itself will begin to actually act like there is a God.
Yeah.
People from other nations and high level people will seek people out to find out where they got revelation from, and actually take it and act on it. So there's things hidden in the ground, like, well, not just the glory, but I'm talking about natural things hidden that we will discover that will help improve our life in this world. And this is God's plan for these days. He chose you in a powerful time on the earth. All the stuff going on around you is about exposing evil. It
Yeah.
is not about evil taking over.
And you know who Kathy Walters is, and she was a friend of Arthur Burt, who's gone home to be with the Lord. Burt with a T. There's a Burke with a K. We're not talking about
Yeah,
that one. Is Arthur Burt with a T? He's one of them that said 2012 was the beginning of the Kingdom Age. He's one of those. But before he went, and he tells a story about he was in an airport and he wanted to use the restroom, and God said, take your bags with you to the bathroom. And he goes, Lord, I don't need it. Take your bags with you to the bathroom. So he goes into the
yep,
bathroom with his bags. He comes out and he's in another country.
that's
So
right.
airplane, so that's not technology that per se. That's an encounter. That's a
Yes, that was an
supernatural encounter.
encounter.
You know, Josh, I can't think of him. He plays the keyboard. Joshua. People know who I'm talking about. He's a youngish man. I mean, he's probably 40s or something, but he's been transported. Philip the deacon, all he was a deacon, and he was transported. So that is going to happen more and more, isn't it?
Yes, it will absolutely happen more and more. Yes, it will.
And we've heard, you and I have heard, and as we wrap up here, you and I have heard, I think, Manuel Johnson, who said that, God took him forward in time.
Yes.
This is 2 years ago to 2022. And no one was wearing masks. You remember that story? He said no one was wearing masks. And he said, and he asked someone and he realized he said, what year is this? And the person said, it's 2022. And he said, who's the president? And they said, Donald Trump. So,
yes,
I've been looking forward to that because God took him there,
yes.
and Kat, let me ask you a question about that. I'll make this kind of the final one. You've said God has taken you and shown you the future. When he shows you that, there's these different kinds of encounters. One is you're with him and then he just shows you the future. He takes you there. Another one is he transports you, as he literally transports you. Which is it when God takes you to show you the future?
Well, most of the time, if he starts talking about the future, he literally takes me there.
Okay.
Like I'm there, like I'm walking on the ground. I see all the stuff around me. I hear the sights, the aromas. I see the activity. And when that's happened to you, you should never forget that. You should never forget that. But he's also taken me to other places. He's taken me backward in time, like literally transported me. I felt myself moving one time, and I was taken back to the tomb of Christ after the stone had been rolled away. I actually did see that and was in the garden. That was before I was with you all and Elijahclips, and we visited that same place. I saw the same two angels there that were there when I was taken back.
Wow.
Those two angels were still there. And they were, because when they came to look and they said, why are you looking for the living among the dead? Remember, those angels who said that, those are the same angels who were still posted there. I saw them there when we went to Israel just a couple years ago.
That's amazing. By the way, I just remembered it's Joshua Mills is the name I was trying to remember.
Joshua Mills, he's a great person.
And he sought the encounters. He'll describe how he sought the encounters. Other people like yourself, you've said, I've never sought the encounters, if I remember right. But Joshua is one of those. The reason I kind of appreciate that side is because, first of all, because I've never been transported in time. So I'm thinking if I get permission to at least seek the encounter, maybe I'll do it. But anyway, he tells a story about walking through walls and starting to walk through walls, and it freaked him out. And he pulled back. But yeah, we have amazing times ahead of us. Amazing.